chase black with a blue futon. And we have another Indian movie called Jallikattu. Jallikattu. It's about a bull. Is this bull going to run through your china shop? Let's find out. So Jallikattu, what's about? It's a very simple premise, actually. We are in an India village, and a bull is run loose throughout this village, causing carnage everywhere. And now it's a bunch of all these madmen trying to catch this beast. Are they going to kill it? Or they become beasts themselves? So, did I like this movie? So, forewarned, when I looked up this movie on Amazon Prime, I've never seen such a decisive movie in India cinema. Some people giving it 1 star. Some people giving it 5 stars. Very few 2 and 4. I would say no 3s. I think this is about a 3.5 on Amazon Prime or 3.8 or something like that. So I was very interested in all these people giving it 5 stars. All these people giving it 1 stars. Me personally, it's neither, but I understand why some people could say that because it is a very odd movie. So with that, I'll give the negatives of the movie first. Some people could call this movie pretentious for what the messaging of the movie is and how he decided to film it with the sound effects, the weird cut edits, and how he decided to film the close-ups in the first 2 minutes of the movie, and how he makes everything just so potent, if you want to put it that way, with the sound effects and how he wants to film it. Especially with the last scene about a guy trying to get out of humans. That's a very strong shot, but getting there, I don't know if I was the biggest fan of. And that's a part of the negative. I think this story is a little bit too silly. The reason I say that, I used to live in Portugal for 2 years. So there's a lot of bull running festivals in Praia Fest and stuff like that. Port Martins, each little village has their own festival of bulls running through the streets, people getting drunk. There's even one on a beach where people would play jackass. So it would be sea stalls on the beach, trash cans, dumpsters in the sand, and they would get to the bull and they would close the lid. So it takes maybe 10 to 20 people to rope in the bull, right? Not even that. So in this scenario, I was a little far-fetched of it because it takes a cowboy. It takes, a gunshot. All these people should know how to rein in a cow. It's not that difficult. And plus, the cow would be extremely tired by that time. If you ever watched one of these festivals, you know for a fact that the bull gets tired pretty easily when the tongue hangs out, as well as just going through the ruckus of actually running through people. There's actually one thing in Portugal, what they do is it lines up 6 people, and the bull runs at them, and the first person's got to hang on to the head, and they got to run across it. So you're stopping the bull that way. So having this metaphor, this bull running through the village, and all these hundreds of people cannot stop this one bull, I was kind of laughing at it. And I don't know if the director meant to do it, but one person does have Portugal on his shirt. And I was I kind of laughed because that's how it brought it up. Interesting about that, when they do the bull fighting, if I put it in Portugal, they don't kill the cows. Once the cow, is done, they actually sew up the cow, and they treat these cows a lot nicer more than Spain. Spain actually kills the cows after these bull festivals. But running in the streets and stuff like that, I've seen it. I've seen people get hit. I've seen them control the bull, and it takes a lot less people than this. So I understand the metaphor they were doing in this movie, but seeing stuff from real life, literally being on the streets and being very close to the beach, I knew that was kind of fake. I was okay, they are overreacting this at a complete level, which is very disbelief. Also, at the very end, with people running to the bull and causing this huge mountain of people. What's that supposed to do? I'm confused. Why are people running up a mountain? It's for a bull. I understand they want to kill it for meat, but when you have 1,000 people now, there's got to be some people that are what, I'm giving up. It's too much effort, and I see a mountain of 200 people. I don't feel like dying at all. And I understand the metaphor of men or beasts, yada, 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 in this scenario. And even there's a dialogue in it with the whole forest thing. But how did you think people lived in the 200s, in the 800s? They were a lot more graphic and probably killing other people like that. Native Americans scalping people. Chinese army, the Mongolians. There's brutal shit back in the day. And calling us beasts now is what were they then? Cavemen? Just complete butchery? So I understand the message of the movie, but I just thought it was way too over-exaggerated for me. It was just what are we trying to do? However, the cinematography, the acting, everything like that is extremely well done. They try to put some weird backstories into it about, people in a church with some wood being snitches, a girl involved, a wedding. Some of it works and some of it doesn't. I think the wedding storyline, I understand what they're trying to do with the meat and the chicken, of how, the class systems and stuff like that for 30 people for this wedding. But I was a little bit confused about the storyline with the sister and then the brother, then the kissing at the very end. I was a little bit confused about that. I think the subtitles in this movie, some of it was messed up just because when I talked about it or I looked at it in Amazon Prime, there was one of the biggest complaints of some of the subtitles and subtext being completely off. So even though it's a tonally weird and mismatched movie, I think I enjoyed it to a good extent. But like I said, I think it was just overbearing. I do think it was pretentious on some levels. I do think it was just overarching and just overreacting on a lot of levels. Yes, I understand the imagery and what they're trying to do, but to me, it was just a little bit too much. But like I said, I love the cinematography. I love the different editing. And I did love the new sound. Not even new sound, but I like the sound of nature of what they wanted to do. I do think it is a watchable movie because it is only 90 minutes. So Jallikattu will receive a 3 out of 5 Futons, which equals that 60%. So see, the critics' news scores gave this one. Feels like my voice is giving out. Anyway, we have critics a 96% with 25 of them. Audience score none with 100 plus. Here's critic consensus. Jallikattu uses a violent conflict between man and animal to set the stage for a story that is visually haunting as it is rich in subtext. Visually haunting, I disagree. I understand what they're trying to do with the chasing of the beast and stuff like that. I guess to me, it wasn't. I've seen it happen in real life, of bulls chasing people and stuff like that, and people are having fun and drinking beer. I understand the subtext. It just took me out of it for my personal experience of life. So anyway, 60, 96. Chase Talk with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Bhutontopia. You Bhuftonians, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Have you ever been to a bull running festival? Porto Montige, Praia Fest? Have you been to any single one of them? I have.